and welcome to the tutorial on how you can get your SiteGround MySQL credentials in order to add your database to the website that you have in your CodeGuard dashboard. My name is Josh and I'm going to be taking you on this journey in order to make sure that you can get your databases, which if you have a WordPress website is absolutely essential to add to your CodeGuard site. Now we're going to go and add the database now so we can see exactly what we're going to need. So as you can see here, we're going to need the following things: the database hostname or IP address, the MySQL username, the MySQL password, and the MySQL port. Now the port, I can tell you right now, is going to be the default 3306, so we won't have to get that, but we will have to get these three things. Also, you are going to be just fine using direct MySQL, as tunneling over SSH and MS SQL aren't going to apply in this instance. So going back to step one here, we're going to be testing the connection. Now, what we're going to do is go over to our cPanel, and we're going to grab the IP address that's listed here under your account information. This is going to be what your MySQL hostname / IP address is going to be. As you can see, I have it over here, so let's see if it works. As you can see, we got one red X and one check mark. Now, just so you know, this does not mean at all that you won't be able to add your site. It just means that there is a possibility that something might go wrong. And I can tell you from experience that it does not matter that this red X shows up, because your site still does back up fine. Your database still does back up fine. It is just something in the background and it's nothing that you have to worry about. So do not be alarmed when you see the red X, because it is just something that is a precaution, not anything that you need to be worrying about. So we can go on to the next step. From there, we can grab the IPs that we are going to need to whitelist, and that is going to be done by going to our remote MySQL. So we're going to go back over to the cPanel, and we're going to go ahead and go down until we see databases. From there, we're going to go into the remote MySQL. And as you can see, I already have the IP addresses whitelisted, but if you need to go ahead and do that, you just go copy them one by one, paste them in here, and then click Add Host. And you'll need to do that individually for each one. Now, we're going to go ahead and go into the databases section again, but this time we're going to go into MySQL databases, because this is where we're going to be able to find where the database name is and the database users. So what you can do here is set your password to be something that you know it would be. Or of course you can use the password generator here to generate a secure password that is definitely going to be something no one is going to guess. So if you do, just make sure you copy it and keep it in a safe place. From there you can click change password and you will be all good. So from there we're going to know exactly what our password is, but we're going to still need to copy over the username here. Now we're here at the page where we can add the credentials. So of course all it is now is just a game of copy paste, and then we can go on to the next step, which is just selecting the databases and then beginning the first backup. I have gone ahead and filled in all the credentials, just of course by copying and pasting, and now it's time for the next step. So all we have to do now is just to select the databases, click Add Database, and our first backup for the databases are also being done. So now all we have to do is go back to the dashboard, and now we can see that the database is active now. Of course, since it was a small one, there was nothing in it, so there was nothing to really back up, which is why it finished so quickly. But yours may take some time. It all varies on the site size and the database size, how many posts you have, and whether or not it is a WordPress site versus some other different CMSs that you could be using. So I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial on how to add your SiteGround database to your CodeGuard account. So thank you so much, and sayonara.